So good afternoon, everyone. At least I think it might be afternoon. My name is Peter O'Brien. I am one of the members at Southside Christian Fellowship and also have the privilege of serving on leadership team. And I've been asked to contribute one of the Tech 10s just now. So it's not something that comes easy to me. I'm not very gifted in trying to communicate my deepest thoughts and feelings, generally because I can compartmentalize them and analyze them in my own time. But trying to actually string it together into a logical thought process, please bear with me. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm married to the beautiful Alison, and I have 4 almost teenage children. All of whom are hiding around the house just now trying to do their homeschool, and I've had to sneak off and find another quiet place to try and do this just now. To give you some context about where I come from, I am 46 years old. I come from Northern Ireland. I am the second of 6 children. I am the son of a policeman in Northern Ireland during the Troubles, and we grew up with a Catholic surname but with a Protestant family, and it made for an interesting upbringing. So I would say I grew up with hang-ups regarding trusting people, regarding making myself vulnerable for people, because that came with a physical threat, or that was my perception all from primary school age. So hopefully this does make some sense. And forgive me if I look at bits of paper down below me because again I've got a habit of rabbiting on, so I just wanted to keep this concise and to the point. But over the past 4 weeks there's been 3 words that I think have been coming through in what I believe God has been trying to show me and teach me, and those are presence, His presence, connection, and validation. And as I look around each day, sitting in my back garden in the sunshine, which is great, never before has the quietness, have I realised it, but yet nature has been shouting that a bit louder. The birds seem to sing louder. At night, the stars and the moon seem to shine brighter. The skies are clearer. The rainbows, for the few that there have been, just look so much more intense, and it's really just been a lingering thought with me each day when I notice all this, and it did remind me of a psalm in the Bible, and I went back to try and find it, and it's Psalm 19, and it says this: "The heavens proclaim the glory of God, the skies display His craftsmanship. Day after day they continue to speak. Night after night they make Him known. They speak without a sound or word. Their voice is never heard. Yet that message has gone out through the earth and their words to all the world." And His presence has just been yelling out through His creation. And it's just been echoing with me each day, and His presence I've never felt more through what I visually see in His creation and nature. And the second word is connection. One of the greatest challenges just now is that feeling of dislocated relationships. We've been wrenched away from physical contact. And just the importance of relationship has it's just a lot more magnified. We've been looking for different groups of friends from all around the world to Zoom with. Yesterday I think we were Zooming to Skye, the Isle of Lewis and New Zealand. So just the feeling of those dislocated relationships and about wanting to make connections. At the minute, parents are yearning for their children. Children are yearning for the hug of their parents. And whatever you feel about God, whatever struggles you have in acknowledging Him, that yearning for connection is what He feels each day for us, and that has just given me a greater realization of how he yearns for us. Jesus in the Bible, you know, a man so significant that he split history in two, but he describes it in the Bible like a shepherd looking after his flock. But yet one of those sheep goes astray, gets lost, and you know, what does the shepherd do? You know, he keeps his flock safe, and then he leaves. He intentionally goes out to find that lost sheep. It's dark, it's vulnerable, it's unsafe, but his driving force is to find that lost sheep, to keep it safe, to protect it and to nurture it. During the COVID pandemic, I've had the privilege of working in intensive care, a place in the hospital for the sickest patients, and a place where, as a patient, your closest family member last saw you as you disappeared into the back of an ambulance, or as you disappeared in through the door of the hospital, not to be seen thereafter. And I can only imagine what that's like. The separation, the loss, the frustration, the helplessness, you know, not even the opportunity to really say goodbye. But I've also had the privilege, with the benefit of technology, to be there and witness that first face-to-face contact through a video call when things have got a bit better. That has been 3 or 4 weeks down the line though. I've held the iPad to the patient's face and witnessed as their eyes contacted and connected with their familiar family member in the screen just 6 inches away from their face. That first look, the first communication with no words exchanged, is just a look of love. The first words exchanged are intimate, heartfelt, and they just overflow with love and relief. And I felt a wee bit of an imposter being there. But I've seen what restored connection looks like in human terms. It's given me a lump in my throat behind all the face mask, visor and PPE. But when I leave those days and come home, driving home, I'm moved even deeper when I consider the first connection that God had with me when I was 15. You know, my father looking into my eyes for the first time. And it does break my heart that we didn't have the ability to do these video calls for all our patients. Some unfortunately died before they could have that reconnection. And that's just tragic. And I have a greater sense of what God feels for me and for us in the absence of restored connection. I know that the restored connection between husband and wife, wife and husband, son and father, daughter and mother will not end there. The relief, the expectation, the delight, the happiness, the party that's going to come, the depth of love that's only equalled by the depth of suffering that they've all endured. And when someone asks me, why does God allow such suffering? I can only rationalize it through the lens of love and compassion. How can we know love if we don't experience pain? And how can we feel and be compassionate if we ourselves haven't witnessed or experienced suffering? My last word is validation. One of the benefits of any relationship is validation. Our self-esteem, our self-confidence, our self-identity, our self-worth are all only nurtured and developed through positive relationships. And I know that I am the apple of my Father's eye. I know I am loved. I know that He will never leave me. I know that nothing can separate me from His love. I know His presence lives in me. I know I am created in the image of my Father. I know He wants the best for me. And I know that I am His plan A. My validation is not based on anything man-made. I truly benefit from human relationship, I've come to discover. But my validation comes from my relationship with a living, loving Heavenly Father. Like any relationship, I have my weaknesses, and as I said earlier, I occasionally huff with God. But when I look around, I see His handiwork. When I look upwards, I see the hope He gives me. And when I look inwards, I see the reflection of how He sees me. So I hope those three words of His presence, His connection, and validation, I hope you can kind of follow the threads of my thoughts. And you've probably all seen the UK blessing, well, you maybe not, but on Facebook, you know, that rendition that a lot of the churches have created a montage, or that's what you call it. But the words of that I just want to leave with you, because I think they are so resonant and just speak so deeply and loudly just now to everyone, no matter folk with faith or without faith, individuals who know Jesus or don't know Jesus. So I'm just going to read them just now, and please just let them sink in as they've sank into me. So the Lord bless you and keep you, make His face to shine upon you, and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face towards you and give you peace. May His favour be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family and your children, and their children and their children. May His presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you. In the morning, in the evening, in your coming and your going, in your weeping and your rejoicing. He is for you. He is for you.